Welcome to Detroit Lions News Podcast. I'm your host, Joe Chapp. I'm right around the Between the Whistles Detroit YouTube page. And if you're new to this page, I'm going to give you unique opinions. Obviously, everyone and their brother is breaking down the 53-man roster and who should make it, who shouldn't have made it, why didn't Tom Kennedy make it, why didn't Justin Jackson make it. I'm not going to do that. What I am going to do is I'm going to give you unique opinions that you won't hear anywhere else. And today I'm going to be talking about Brad Holmes and his ability to admit when he made mistakes. This is a very, very rare thing because there's a lot of general managers in the NFL and in pro sports. When they make mistakes, they compound them with not admitting that they made the mistake, first of all. And second of all, keeping that player around that they know they made a mistake with. And last year at this time, Brad Holmes traded for Trinity Benson. He gave up a 2022 fifth-round pick and a 2022 seventh-round pick, and he gave it to the Broncos for Benson and Denver's 23 sixth-round pick. So you're gonna get a pick this year in the sixth round from Denver in the Trinity Benson trade. But what we've seen from Brad Holmes today, what we've seen from Brad Holmes in the past, has shown that when he makes a mistake, he's not afraid to say, "I made this mistake." It's very rare for a general manager to do that. And if you've been a Detroit Lions fan and you've seen the shit shows that have been all over this organization with Russ Thomas, Matt Millen, Martin Mayhew, Bob Quinn. I mean, look at Bob Quinn. Let's take Bob Quinn for an example. Bob Quinn traded Darius Slay. He compounded that mistake by drafting Jeff Okudah at number 3 overall. Now, Jeff Okudah might be a great player. He might be a good player, but you should never draft a corner with the third overall pick. Period. I don't know why that was even a discussion. But now we're seeing with Brad Holmes what he has been able to do. In 2 years, you're starting to see he's been open with the mistakes that he's made. Last year at this time, we were talking about how thin the wide receivers were, how they weren't that good. You know, when he made that Trinity Benson trade, that was kind of a last-ditch effort to get talent into the building. It didn't work out. They got to the middle of the season. Quintez Cephas was out. They got Josh Reynolds. You've seen the emergence of Amon-Ra St. Brown. They kind of started to take off. But when you went into this past offseason, you've seen him add to the wide receiving group, DJ Chark, Jameson Williams. He trades up in the draft to get Jameson Williams. What Brad Holmes has shown is when he makes a mistake and he knows he made the mistake, he's going to make up for that mistake. You know, Trinity Benson is just a player, right? He's just a player. He's not a guy who was a mainstay on this roster or anything by that means. But there was a lot, on his back for how much the Detroit Lions gave up. They really didn't give up much. But when you give up draft picks, it's going to be under a microscope. You're always going to be under a microscope, no matter what draft picks they are, because in the NFL, draft picks really do get you great players. And as we've seen with the Detroit Lions, Amon-Ra St. Brown in the 4th round last year, these are things that really matter. And now that you have a general manager who can make those late round picks and actually make good picks instead of throwaway picks, like let's draft a long snapper like Bob Quinn did, that's a pretty good sign. But what Brad Holmes has done is he's shown, listen, I made a mistake last year. Trinity Benson, we thought we were going to get more out of Trinity Benson. We didn't. I'm not going to compound that mistake by keeping him on the roster this year. And maybe Brad Holmes sees someone out there that he really likes. But I love what Brad Holmes did. It kind of gives me credence and it kind of gives me clarity that when this guy does make a mistake, he's not going to compound it. We see it in Detroit all the time. We've seen it with Ken Holland. Ken Holland, he would make good picks and signings, but he would compound it with a bad signing and a bad pick, and he'd try to keep that momentum going. We've seen it with El Vila doing the same thing over and over again. What Brad Holmes has done is unique because he's not doing the same thing every time. When he makes a mistake, you can easily see it because it's in the roster moves. It's in the way that he drafts. It's in the way that he signs for agents. That's the way that he does things. And people were down on him because, they weren't active in free agency, but I understand that why they weren't active in free agency this year. I think they really want to see where they go in this next year and see what they can do, and keeping all that money for next year when they really have the clarity of what they are going to be moving forward. But listen, Brad Holmes, he made a very, very clear stance today that when he makes a mistake, he will not compound it. He will just get rid of it. And if you've been a Detroit Lions fan, like I said earlier, if you've been a Detroit Lions fan, you have not seen that in a long time. You know, you look at the great general managers, you look at the great general managers like Steve Eisman, right? Guy makes a mistake, you can easily see when he gets rid of it because, he's like, listen, I can't keep this on my roster because it's going to hurt us in the long run. Brad Holmes knows. Brad Holmes understands that when you make a mistake in the NFL, when you make a mistake on the roster, you can always, make it known what you're going to do. And I loved what I've seen from Brad Holmes today. Obviously I thought Trinity Benson would be on the roster, but when he wasn't, I was like, listen, it's okay, because I thought Trinity Benson was a guy who would be on the roster because of the special teams, but he really didn't live up to the hype that I had for him last year when they traded for him. And what Brad Holmes did, it just shows you the kind of the path the Detroit Lions are going, where they are not going to make these mistakes that old regimes have made before. They're going to go a different way, and they're going to do it a different way, and they're going to do it the smart way. And if you're a Detroit Lions fan, this is rewarding because you have not seen this kind of stuff ever. I mean, I've been a Detroit Lions fan 27 years, and I've never seen it. I mean, this is what good general managers do. They don't compound their mistakes. They admit their mistakes, and they're not afraid to admit it. And a lot of people talk about the Benson trade. Was it a waste? 50% if you're a great general manager in the NFL, if you're a great general manager in pro sports, you're only going to hit on 50% of your roster, your roster decisions. I mean, there's some that will hit on more, but overall, throughout your career, you're going to hit on 50% because you don't hit on everything. It doesn't work that way. If it worked that way, there would be a lot of good GMs that would never lose their jobs, and that's just the reality. If you liked what you heard in this video, please subscribe to the channel. We will have more videos coming soon, especially with the Detroit Lions starting their new season. We're going to have a lot of stuff going. And subscribe to the Detroit Lions News podcast on Apple and Spotify. We will keep you up to date with everything with the Detroit Lions.